Hey, I wasn't really planning on doing this, but I think that I think it's necessary. Um, I've been watching a lot on what's coming out. You already know, I know, so it's cool. Um, I'm totally okay with this. This is what I kind of expected what was going to happen in the first place. Um, what initially that I'm looking at is that you see several genres are coming into play now, correct? Several genres are now coming into play. It's no longer just one like this, one like this, one like that, one like this. And some of you are, some of you are just hitting that shit. Some of you are just, I don't know who. I'm learning just a little bit about producing, and me learning from this. I literally see how much work they're doing and how much work you're doing as an artist as well. So, to me, what I'm mostly trying to convey right now to a lot of people, not just an artist or a producer, is that you see what can happen if it's you. Like to me, like I'm just one guy. I'm just one human being, just a regular fucking guy. Um, I I'm pretty fucking average. Like I'm chill about a lot of things. I don't ask for a lot, um, and I don't expect a lot either. So to me, like when I see this, it invigorates me to try and do a little bit better every day because it shows that even just one person, just one, can change an outlook towards several people around us. Um, you don't have to be amazing. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be the biggest. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be anything really. You just have to try. And to me, like I'm I love what I do, what I'm creating right now, but at the same time, like I need more, and I don't really know how to. Um, I really don't know how to convey that anymore. Like I really don't. Like I've always tried to think like I'm gonna know what I'm gonna say, but deep down, I really don't. I've always felt like everything that I do is for a good reason. Everything that I try to do should have a good reason for it, other than just me being selfishly trying to push my own results just to get a dollar. Or even just a couple dollars. Like I don't want that. I don't want your money. Like don't get me wrong, like I would like more money, but like it's not like I gotta have it. I gotta take your fucking money. Give me that shit. I gotta finesse that shit. I gotta do everything I can to take from you. And for me, I just that's not my main goal. Like don't get me wrong, I definitely see what finessing does. For me, like I've heard from a lot of rappers saying like you're born with the silver spoon and you're all this shit. Like they really don't know. Like I was born on a reservation in Arizona, Shanto, or was taken there on one of my first placements. Um, my mom didn't even. She just was her, and she had her problems, and she no longer could have me. So like I went to foster care, like to a Mormon family. So to me, like when I see people like saying like you're born with the silver spoon, you're this, you're that, you're born lucky. No, I really wasn't. Like I literally have a 14, 16-inch scar right down my stomach because a butcher knife went like this and happened because I was lucky. It broke off and the blade stayed inside. Now, if the gentleman pulled that knife out, I would have been dead. That's not adding this scar or these scars available. So to me, like I was never born on a silver platter, but because I knew my opportunities and what I was going to be, I I wanted to take advantage of everything that I had available to me. Like I wasn't gonna be like I'm angry, but I was deep down. Like there's something resonating inside my soul that makes me very angry. That's why I create a lot of angry shit. It's not because I feel very angry. It's not because it's just anger either. Like it's just a part of me. Like I'm I got a lot of anger. I got a lot of issues too because of that. And I'm not always the angry type. Like I'm a very cold person instead. Like I'm not like fuck you, fuck that, I hate you. I hope you fucking die. But I have explosions instead, and usually my explosions come with a lot of planning, a lot of I know what's gonna happen. Like I know what you're gonna do. Like I know you, just like I know what you're doing. I know your plan. I know your pattern. I know exactly what you're trying to play, and I hope you do that. And if you don't, like that makes the game even more fun to me because I know what you're doing. And I know a lot of people don't really understand that about me. They think that that's kind of cold or that's not about it. To me, I think that's just playing chess. It's playing a video game. Like I see it like this. Like if you're trying to create this for me, if you're creating an obstacle for this for me, then I need to say no. I need to find a reach around in order to complete my objective. Emotionally wise, a lot of things hold back, but at the same time as well, those emotions that I do have are not available to me all the time. So bringing that back from what I initially said in the beginning, I want to talk to you about fear. So, to me, I think a lot of people have fears. I think a lot of people, they have fears that just because someone says something or someone says, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to do this to you, I'm going to do that to you, I want you to understand, like, you should not be afraid. This is why I'm doing this. I want people around me, people to listen to me, to look at me. I want people to know, like, I want them to know I heard it. And I want you to know I don't give a shit. Like, because after you, there's you. And after me, there's you. And after me is part of you. So, in which everything has a connection. If I have fears, my biggest fear is that sometimes I don't have the control that I wish I could have control over. And that's kind of like because I never had sometimes control over my life. So I have to feel like I have to compensate to control part of my life. I want people to understand, like, you see people like that trying to do the same shit that I do. They're in the same boat as me. They're trying to compensate because they don't have this sort of ideal control. So they have to do everything they can to hurt you as a human being. So you see these raps, you see these games, you see everything that's going on. I hope you do. If not, then you need to catch the fuck up. But if you don't see the raps and the schemes and everything that they're doing, and you don't see the play-by-play, because that's what they call it football. That's why they call it basketball. Because basketball is like running you to the hoop. Let's get the shot. Football, different. Football is like every play-by-play you can see. Same thing as basketball, but it has a different set of rules to apply itself to the game. So to me, what I'm trying to do is to say, like, me as a regular human fucking being, a regular fucking guy, like you want to know why I'm not doing all these postings is because I'm working my ass off to do producing, and to be honest, I'm quite shitty at it. I'm really bad at it. Like it's to the point where I'm gaining frustration. But because of that frustration, it just shows me like I need to do better. Like I would rather be frustrated, tired, annoyed and I feel like I have no other option than be bored, feeling like I have too much time, feeling like everything's easy. I like a challenge. So I definitely do see a lot of the shit that's coming out. I really do. Thank you, twins. I appreciate what you're trying to do. I think you should keep going to the route that you do, because you're actually really winning where you're at. But to me as a human being, I really don't, I don't convey to that point. Like, to me, like, I'm very interested, but I don't convey to that point because I'm just a geek. Like, I'm a nerdy person. Like, I love nerdy shit. I love to be a nerd. So to me, I want the other nerds and geeks to say, like, I'm just like you. If you're willing to take the pain and take all that shit in, you can do whatever you want, man. Like, you really can. Like I lift, I walk a lot, I work hard every day, I study during my travels, everywhere I go to create the job that I do. And every day I'm not bitching. Like, I see this, and then I have to come back home, and then I have to see this shit implanted on YouTube, seeing the game that's being played right now. And I want you to understand, like this shit, this is just from me working because I have a job and I have all this shit, and I want to be somewhat healthy because I like to eat shit food. And just imagine if you had a little bit more opportunity. So what I'm doing is to show you, you have opportunity. I'm not doing this just for me, because yeah, I get it, I'm a little selfish sometimes, but the only reason why I am a little selfish, because I know when I'm done, I want to see what you're gonna do. I want to see what you're gonna do. I hope you're way better than me. I want you to do better than me. But that's what I'm trying to do, because everything, they're just steps. Now, what I'm trying to say as in steps, it's not a ladder. There's a difference between a ladder and steps. A ladder has the minimal requirements in order for you to climb up, but steps require a huge amount of wood, a huge amount of work, and consistency. What do elevators have? They require a lot of mechanics, a lot of abilities, electronics, programming. What do escalators require? See what I'm saying? So you see how they're thinking? They require different substance in order to create what you're thinking, because you're only thinking like, oh, just an elevator, I think like that. No, they're not. They're literally thinking so deeply about what does an elevator convey? What does a stairway convey? What does an escalator convey? But you could already see from where Billy was, she was already conveying what I thought what an escalator is. For me, I like being in the middle. So I like the electronics and the abilities of using electronics, but I like using a human power that we already are, to push and to convey ourselves to move faster. Because if you're using an escalator and you versus as an escalator, it's a lot of different. An elevator moves up to its own time. It has its own programming how fast it can go, but it still goes up and down no matter what. But an escalator will always move up or move always down. But if you use physical force, your own physical force, and your body is healthy enough, your body can move while the escalator is moving. So you can move faster than the elevator itself. See what I'm saying? Like, these little things, like, you think I'm not thinking about it. You just think I'm just talking out my fucking ass. But you're not seeing, like, how I see the story itself. You're not seeing why I'm doing what I'm trying to do. Like, to me, these things are important to me. I want them to be important to me. Like, I'm just, like I said, I'm an average Joe. I'm just a regular guy. But to me, these things matter to me. Like, I don't want to be anything. I don't want to be popular. I don't want you to know who I am. I never wanted, that was never my intention. And some things just don't work out the way you want. Now, moving on from fear, I want to move on to confidence and overconfidence. You know, I see a lot of people just talking a lot of their shit. Like, I see a lot of overconfidence. I see a lot of people compensating for how they feel. And to me, like, like I said, I'm an average person. So to me, like, when I see those overconfidences and those overabilities, and I see myself excelling over those little things that they thought they were so good at, I see, like, I see their other abilities. I see their own strengths available to them. Like, I have my own strengths, they have their own. So to me, like, I really try to be as humble as possible, but if I know I'm good at something, I'm not going to hold back. I know I'm good at it. I know I can do that. I know I can. And at the same time, when I meet someone that humbles my ass, that's the best thing. And I think a lot of people take it as like a withdrawal. Like, oh, someone's better than me. I don't like that feeling. Like, I just need to quit. Like, fuck that, man. Like, take that shit, smash that shit to fucking pieces, and then build it back up the way you want to. Like, I don't understand that. Like, no, take this shit by the fucking horns, fuck that noise, and go. Like, you can do whatever you want, but are you willing to sacrifice the time to do it? Like, to me, I sacrifice time with my family, my nieces. I sacrifice time just at work, having relationships sometimes. Like, I don't date anybody. Like, I'm not even trying to date anybody either. Like, I have no intention to date. I'd rather just sit alone in my bed than have a huge relationship with a woman and create that relationship, because I know what comes with a relationship. I know my time is taken out of it, and I don't want that. I don't want my time taken to another woman, unless, like, let's just say a woman is interested in exactly what I'm interested in, and she has the same goals of what I'm trying to do, and she wants to excel herself too. Absolutely, I want to have that. But I don't see a lot of women that are in the same perspective as me. Like, some women at my age, like, they want to get married, they want to have kids, they want a home, they want security, they want financial security, and they want an idea like they're loved. And usually that tends to be circuited into how long, how much do you have in a day? How much do you have in a day? You have 24 hours. And if you get proper sleep, you get 8 hours, correct? You get 8 hours. Remember that. So that's 16 hours. How long does it take you to drive to work? 15 to an hour. Sometimes a little bit longer, correct? And then that's 8 hours at work. Not even after that you're 8 hours at work. At least for most people. You're 8 hours at work. And then the moment you get home, you still got to take care of the kids that you probably had. The kids that you don't have. If you don't have any kids, then what are you going to be doing? You're probably going to be taking care of your hobbies. You're going to be taking care of your home, your place. And then after that, you got to take care of your cars and all that extra shit that comes along with having a job. So that leaves you with about 5-6 hours left, correct? Now imagine if you have a relationship. That takes at least 4 hours out of your day of having that relationship. At least 4 hours usually. Because, you know, you can't just say, I love you, girl. I hope you're going to be with me. I hope we have dinner. Because not a lot of girls are going to be into that. They want to be taken out to dinner. They want to be wined and dined. They want to be loved. They want to be cared for. They want to be emotionally secure with where you're at and where they're at. Not to mention, they want to be, what? Pampered. So that requires money out of your pocket to pay for them, money out of your pocket in order for you to feel like you're secure as well with what you do. So that's two ways that is going out of your own money compensation, and less with that. So you got to see this, like, being overconfident, having women, and having all these things. Like, absolutely have that if you have that, but notice time doesn't give a fuck. Time never gives a fuck. So everything transitions to another thing. So as soon as you have overconfidence, you need to find a way where someone's gonna humble your ass and say, no, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. No, you're fucking wrong. Because every time you realize you're wrong, then you can find another way to make it just a little bit easier in your life. Now, the second thing I want to go off of is what I'm doing. Like, I see what everybody's doing. I'm not trying to fuck with that. I got something else up my shit. I got other plans, and I have no interest in that. I have zero interest in what they're doing. I respect that they don't like who I am. I get it. It's understandable. But I remember me signing up to PG Lang to talk to Kendrick Lamar, asking for help. I would love to work with him. Me sending or giving calls to other rap artists and them making jokes about it. And, like, to me, like, I'm now on my own zone. I want to do what I want to do. So to me, I want to say, like, you shouldn't, as a person, you should learn to be more independent. Stop looking for these artists. Stop trying to get signed by them. Stop trying to be kiss ass to them. Do not do that. Be your own person. Say no to the system. Say no to that shit. Find every way possible to make their life harder to get money out of your pocket. Okay? And that includes your taxes. That includes any way that they can fundamentally take away from information that you have available. That means any way that you can secure yourself to say no to them. Okay? My name is Shiloh J. Ed City, and thank you. I hope this makes a little bit of sense, but because I do a lot of freestyle and a lot of shit, this is who I am. I'm just gonna freestyle a lot of stuff, but everything connects at once. Okay, thank you.